Hi everyone, welcome to my Ghanaian channel. This is Miriam. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. It's winter time here in Europe, so you can imagine my voice to be like that, but it doesn't stop me from making a video. So I think this is gonna be my last video of 2014. Wow, I can't believe how fast this year has gone. But I say that every year. I said that last year for 2013, but I can't believe how fast this year has gone by. Wait, almost in 2015, because guys, like in 2008 or like I don't know 4, 5, 6 years ago, when someone said 2015, I thought it was such a huge big number. I'll talk about things that I've learned throughout the year 2014 that I thought I have to share with you, as a way to conclude the year 2014. So this is just things that I've learned, throughout the year, maybe through a message that I heard, or through someone's life, or through even my own experiences. So you guys just sit comfortably, get yourself a cup of tea if you're in Europe, because it's freezing right now. And one thing that I've learned is to celebrate your successes, small or big, to celebrate where you are. It's good to have goals, but sometimes our goals or what we want for the future can prevent us from enjoying the present. And the present, I saw a tweet that says the present is a present. But some people never really get to see the present as a present because they think of the future so much. Especially driven people that are really driven by passion, tend to forget sometimes to live in the present, to enjoy the things that we have. And I think it's really important for me because these days, thank to God, there's so many great things happening to me. I get to go to places that I never, I've always been someone who likes to travel. I've always been someone who likes to go to places. I hate just staying at home and doing nothing. Obviously sometimes I appreciate it, staying at home, like cuddling up and watching a good movie, but I've always been someone who really liked discovery and going to places and seeing things. And before like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I never got the chance to do what I wanted to do. But now, glory be to God, I came out of my comfort zone. Now I do what I want to do. I travel, I go to places, I do what my heart desires. And for example, if I go to a great event and then the next day I go to an event that is not so prestigious, hey, it's still great anyway. Though it's not as glamorous as the previous event I went to, it's still great. So what you have to remember especially when you're living out your dream, is to appreciate every single thing that happened to you, every single person that you speak to, whether it's a famous person, whether it's not a famous person, every single person that accepts to talk to you, every event that you get the opportunity to go to, everything that you get to learn, you have to appreciate it, big or small. It all adds to your learning curve, it all adds to you learning. So that's one of the things that I've learned. One thing I've realized as well is that people that people that you may see on TV, or people that are famous, musicians or whatever, people that are on the spotlight, if you watch their interviews, or if you watch maybe not the interviews but like them speaking and their statements and stuff, so many of them say that we hear that a lot of them say that what they miss, what they used to take for granted, but what they miss is just the little things, spending time with the family, maybe go to the grocery store without being stopped and recognized. So a lot of them tend to miss them little things that we take for granted. So I think as you leave, it's important to appreciate the fact that you can talk, you can breathe, you can eat, you can smell, you can see little things of appreciating where you are and appreciating the present, living in the now, enjoying the now without being so blinded by your goals and your future goals and what you want to see happening, that you forget to enjoy the present. The other thing I've learned is your response to every situation is what counts. And I think I heard a quote from Joyce Meyer, the preacher Joyce Meyer. I think she said something about, okay, I don't remember the exact quote. She said something like, it's not really what happens to you that basically creates change. Like, it's not what happens to you that counts. Something horrible could happen to you, but it could not affect you. It's your situation, it's your reaction, your mindset to every situation that counts. As I was saying, it's your response to every situation that is how you see things that makes a difference. Something horrible could happen to you, but you could still be peaceful about it. So that's basically what makes the difference. I've learned that don't be moved by your feelings, because feelings are so manipulated. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So that was when I heard that quote, I was like, yes, fear, false evidence appearing real. So I thought if you start the day in a bad mood, that you feel, oh my gosh, it's going to be a horrible day, you can still, you know, you can still fight this feeling. You don't have to let any rubbish that comes in your mind affect you. You don't have to accept any bad negative thoughts that come in your mind. You have authority over your feelings. You know, you are bigger than your feelings, isn't it? So that's the thing that I've learned. Words are so powerful, you don't realize, but what you say, even tweets, like, you know, even what you write is so powerful. If you write, I feel sick, I feel horrible, you're gonna feel even more horrible. I don't know if it just happens to me, but if I start writing rubbish things, like I don't know, on social media or wherever I am, or write something very negative about myself, it makes me feel even worse. So obviously it's good to let your feelings out when needed, but you know, if you start the day saying it's going to be a bad day, it's going to be horrible, you don't want to go out of bed, you start having these negative thoughts playing in your head, I can guarantee that it's going to be a horrible day, and what you want happening is what's going to happen. But if you start the day, though you're feeling like, I don't know, like you don't want to get out of bed, even though you feel like that, if you wake up saying, I'm gonna have a great day, it's gonna be a great day today, I am happy, I am joyful, it's gonna be a great things are gonna happen today in my life, I am so excited about today, no matter how I feel, I'm so excited. Saying that, I can guarantee you that you're gonna see the results. So you can decide what you're gonna think. So that's what I've learned, you know, that your feelings don't have to dictate you, and you are definitely a queen or a king over your feelings. Next thing that I've learned that I think is one of the like biggest revelation this year as I did things is, you know, to do it afraid. You know, no matter what you feel, I mean, do it afraid in the sense that even if you feel afraid to do something, so long as you know it's right, you can still do it. You know, you can still do it afraid. You don't have to let fear cripple you. And that's one of the things that I used to struggle, and I'm still like learning. You know, you see me and always positive and always blah 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 in my videos, but everyone has their own struggle. I tell you, you can see someone looking nice, but you know, they went through stuff, man. Like, but anyway, another thing that I've learned is, you know, no matter how you feel, even if you're afraid of something, you know, you can still do it afraid. You don't have to let fear cripple you. The thing is, after you do what you know you should do, then you realize that it wasn't that bad after all, and you feel so bad, because then you think about all these years where the enemy tried to make you, you know, like not do that thing, you know, making you think that this thing is so huge, bigger than yourself, but then you did it and you're like, that wasn't big deal. I wasted my life being afraid of this thing for no reason. We all have that strength in us. You can decide to do it no matter how you feel. One thing you have to learn is that the feeling of fear will not go away if you wait for, I actually tweeted that a while ago, if you wait for the feeling of fear to go away before you step out and do what you have to do, my friend, you're never going to do anything. I have a little story. So at university, I'm my second year of uni at the moment. I'm part of this Christian Union Society. You know, it's really cool. We just gather and talk, and like we talk about real stuff. You know, when people gather and are just real and don't put on that religious image. But what I like about this union is that we're just real. We don't pretend to be all over religious, or we don't pretend to be, hey yo, you know, we're just real. We talk about issues. We are real, you know. And you know, I'm part of this society at uni, yeah, and it was kind of an end of year party, kind of before Christmas, before we broke off for Christmas. And I think there was one of my friends, you know, that is at this society. She put herself forward to sing a song. She just liked singing, you know. She thought, hey, why not put myself forward? And she sang, and I appreciated her braveness so much. Like, there were about 50 of us in the audience, 50 of us maximum in the audience, but a lot of people, you know, in a small room, and it was so quiet. It was so quiet, and you know, like, she had to sing. I appreciated her braveness. I was like, wow, that confidence, man. And at the end of the event, you know, I came up to her. I told her, well done, you know, you did really, you know, you did well. She was like, oh, thank you. But then as we talked, she started telling me how, you know, she thought she messed up. You know, she thought she missed a word or two. How, you know, when she felt so guilty for being nervous. She felt guilty because she felt nervous, and then she thought she messed up the performance. And I was like, is that how you feel? it just got me thinking that, you know, people have to realize that the feeling of, that's what I told her actually, people have to realize that the feeling of fear did not go away. If you stepped out and did what you knew you should do, though you felt afraid and really afraid doing it, but you still did it, you should feel proud of yourself. Don't let the fact that you felt afraid doing it make you feel that you're a failure. Don't let the feeling of fear make you think that you're a failure, because it's such a lie. You know, if you did what you had to do, though you felt afraid, you still did it. You actually messed the devil up because you did it. Maybe you could have done better, because everyone, obviously, everything you do, you can always do better. But, you know, don't let the fact that you did something that you should have done, yeah, you did it, but because you felt afraid doing it, don't let it affect you. Don't let it make you think that you failed. Fear will not go away, but as long as you do it, that's what matters. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone to kind of reach your destiny. So the last thing that I've learned this year, so many things I've learned, but is procrastination, like putting things back all the time. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna do it. No, is the devil, man. You know, just do what you have to do when you know you should do it, and do what you have to do when you have to do it. Don't procrastinate too much. Procrastination and laziness are two bad things. Laziness is like, if you're lazy, there's nothing you can do. So it's the same thing with procrastination. If you're talented but you always put things back, I tell you, there's nothing you'll be able to do. So you have to have a good character with talent, backed with talent. You can't just be talented and be talented. It's so easy to, you know, be on fire, but then it takes really backbone and strength and great character to be able to get through it. But also what I've learned is that a rest day is very important. Being busy does not mean you're being productive. I was listening to Joshua preach not long ago, yeah, and she says something about God never intended us to be busy, he intended us to be fruitful. And that I was like, that's true. Being busy does not mean you're being fruitful. To get into the year 2015, I would advise you to cut off everything that is wasting your time. Cut off everything that is wasting your time and prevent you from doing what you really should do. I actually saw a quote yesterday, like 2 days ago, that said, do something every day or something like, do something that every day that your future self will thank you for. So yeah, that really, that was like, yeah, that's true. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and there's so many great things, God willing, happening in 2015. Obviously there's the thought about, you know, making another channel. You know, look forward to 2015 and the project that I have coming up as well. God willing, they will all come to pass. I thank you so much for the support, guys. I'm almost at 700 subscribers. Thanks so much for watching my videos. It always feels so weird when people outside come to me and like, oh, I watched your video and I watched, you know, like, you watched it. But thanks so much for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, because it's always interesting to learn about new stuff, new cultures and stuff like that. Be good, and yeah, have a great year. See you next year, guys. Bye.